Greetings, YouTube, and welcome to a very exciting and longer than normal crystal opening commentary that's packed full of so many different crystals. And I never know how to pronounce this summoner's name. I think it's like SanmiOL, Sanmi. But you know what? We're just going to say his name at the beginning if we butcher it, because it's not about him. It's about Rosemary, his lovely wife, who he has opened all of his crystals for him. And you know what they say? Happy wife, happy life. So we're shouting out Rosemary in this video. Rosemary, thank you for continuing to support your husband's Marvel Casino of Champions addiction in a mobile game that honestly the community is. We don't have to all be geologists, or really none of us have to be geologists to rock. And the fact that I'm also making terrible puns that aren't just because they're made of construction paper really just feeds the idea of the nerd level of myself. But we have a bunch of 5 stars to open, and Rosemary, you started out with a Diablo. This guy is actually a warning to kids about the effects of alcoholism. You can see he can't even make it out of a crystal before he starts drinking. And I guess it's 5 o'clock somewhere no matter where the crystal is opened. But at the same time, it's a warning, kids. So, Rosemary, start out with Diablo, but you know what? Shake it off. Taylor Swift it. Shake it off. And we're just going to go to the next crystal and hopefully not have a blank space. There's way too many Taylor Swift references already in this video, but you know what? We're moving right along. And we have Diablo followed by a bunch of great champions that aren't stopping yet, including Captain Marvel movie, and the Book of Luke Trapped in a Cage is one of my favorite champions, and I really do love this champion, especially Awakened. If you're fighting, say, Hyperion, and he's got that power gain, and you can't bait the special, and it gets to a special 3, when you haven't been hit yet, and you've got that Awakened ability, the Indestructible saves you. So I always say things like this, and I think to myself, if you don't play this game, you come across this video, I might as well be speaking a foreign language. All right, so Nova, new champion. I like Nova. I still don't know how to feel about this guy. I want to like him. I want to think he's a top-tier champion, but I can't buy it yet. I can see how he's a really pain defender, though, with that auto block. I don't know anything about the champion, and I'm ignorant to the point that I don't even know how it triggers. I just know that I've triggered it plenty of times before when I've fought him. Okay, last crystal of this 5-star crystal bunch. This is what happens when you let your wife open your crystals. She keeps things low-key. She may not get that reference, but hopefully her husband does. All right, so Loki got a big staff, and that is an internet phrase. So an interesting batch of 4. Nothing super god tier, beyond god tier, but also, you know, some solid above average-ish champs. Okay, now we have a 5-star featured crystal. Rosemary, what are you bringing this time? I just want to title this video, "This is what happens when you let your wife open the crystals." And some people might think, oh no, it's going to be a bad thing. But who knows? We haven't finished this commentary. I haven't viewed this before. It could be the best thing ever. It could actually strengthen future marriages by putting this video on YouTube. It could be like a PSA for how to grow closer to your spouse. Because she's the queen while opening the bishop. You thought you could go a full video without a chess pun? You don't know this channel at all, do you? All right, so that is one of, I think, 3, and we are jumping from 5 stars to 5 6 stars. So this is, the stakes are being raised big time, and the luck was pretty dang average for the 5 stars, so hopefully that turns around. I think out of every 5 6 stars, you should open at least one champion that you hope to take someday to rank 2. And Domino would have been it. Joe Fix himself certainly wouldn't have. Now, Invisible Woman is a fascinating case study because on paper, I absolutely would not tell people to take her to rank 2. But I've seen some really good footage of her potential at rank 2. But I always say, don't take a 6-star to rank 2 unless you're going to use them often. And so I don't know how often you're going to use. Also, Rosemary, are you just jamming out with the crystals all the way around? I feel like I was part of a real party watching that crystal bounce around like Bing Bong from Inside Out. That is a Pixar reference. This video just keeps getting weirder and weirder, and so does my commentary, but you know what? I'm not stopping. We're just going to continue. And 6-star crystal number 2, Comeback Void, and it is a Civil War fought by a Black Panther. I hate fighting this guy on defense, but I don't also love using him on offense. Certainly not a rank 2 6-star candidate at all. So 0 for 2 so far. You're killing me, Smalls. I'm hoping, again, The crystal, we don't even know what we're going to call this. We're just going to call this the Rosemary. It's just bouncing around. She doesn't know what's going on. It's probably just like a baby with a new toy. I'm not saying Rosemary's a baby. I just think of like a rattle in a baby's hand for the first time. You just shake it all about, do the hokey pokey. Okay, 3 6 stars left. It is all about timing. It is the slot machine of slot machines. Get out of here, Joe Fix himself. And Cole Obsidian. There you go, Rosemary. Now we're talking. Your husband hopefully did a fist pump or gave you a kiss, or maybe even more valuable than a kiss, a $100 bill. I'm not trying to imply that the marriage is prostitution. I'm just saying sometimes you can do something nice with the cash besides buying Odin. Just when I thought this video couldn't get any weirder and the crystal is just bouncing around over and over again, this is what happens when you let your wife open crystals. She does her own thing. She doesn't have to land rogue to go rogue. And we still got 3 more 6 stars. Very fascinating crystal opening so far. I haven't commentated a crystal opening in a while that made it past 5 minutes, but with multiple videos and quite a few 6 stars, it's definitely worth the time put in. And Captain Marvel movie, Rosemary. You deserve a rose. And I don't think your name really is Mary. I was going to make like a Mary reference, but then I didn't want it to get too spiritual, so I cut myself off. One more is the last 6 star plus something, and she is continuing to do the strategy, which we're just going to call this the Cosmic Shakeup, because the last 2 6 stars have both been cosmic, both been amazing champions, Captain Marvel movie and Cole Obsidian. And so can she go 3 for 3? Can she get Corvus in this one? Again, I haven't watched this, so that yellow jacket that just went by has got just as much of an odds of landing as Corvus. But you know what? We're going to see. Corvus was there. Come back, Corvus. And she must love Bishop because we got him as a 5 star. We now got him as a 6 star. That also means their marriage is X-rated. I thought that was clever. Now that it came out of my mouth, if you don't understand X-Men, sounds like a internet phrase. But you know what? We're not going back to... we record this because we are keeping the natural first impression alive in this commentary. Rosemary, you are famous. We will say that. I think I've broken the amount of records for how many shout-outs I've given. Okay, Rosemary. I don't know what class he's hunting for. If it's cosmic, it would be quite fitting. Okay. Mystic is the most popular class because of that Doctor Doom. Now, some people have told me that Black Widow Clairvoyant is actually a higher priority to them than Doctor Doom, which surprises me. But for the most part, it's Doom or Gloom, Rosemary. And so you want to look at all 10 champions that pop out of this crystal, and you would ask yourself, do I see the name Doctor and Doom? Do I see that name there? Can I make my husband as happy as he was on our wedding day? Hopefully happier, at least when it comes to the bill. Oh, we're bouncing around again. We're doing the Rosemary shuffle. The shake and bake. If this works, we might as well try it in our next crystal opening in honor of this awesome couple. Come on, Dr. Doom, Dormammu, Juggernaut. Dr. Doom, there we go. Let's go. Let's go, Rosemary. I don't know why I just barked. Again, weirdest commentary I've ever had, but it's also real special. Real special. Scroll back to the left. I'm guessing the husband was in control of this at this point. There's just too much at stake to accidentally click the wrong champion. Can you imagine? Boom. Screenshot before you even selected Dr. Doom. Better not accidentally select the wrong jugs. We were talking about marriage after all. Okay. Long shot, Man Thing, Thor, Jane Foster. You don't care about this. You got the video. Sim Supreme, Hood, Morningstar. That is a good batch of 3. If Black Widow Clairvoyant was in there, it would have been a really good batch of 3, but I like all those champions, especially Sim Supreme and Morningstar. And then Mephisto, also solid. Okay. Dr. Doom. We're waiting for it, buddy. Stop. Go to the right. Don't go right. Go left. Keep going. Keep going. Here we go. There we go. Confirm it. It's confirmation. You don't even have to be Catholic. All right. Well, I know you had to wait a couple days, but right before I started recording this, he told me that his wife, Rosemary, opens his crystals and asked if she could get a shout-out. And I thought to myself, I'm going to give her so many shout-outs, we're going to break the record for shout-outs. And I think we did. So, congrats, you two. This is what happens when your wife opens crystals. You have luck that can be all over the place at times, but then you end up stronger than ever because just when you think your marriage is doomed, you land on him.